Your life is form ways to end it. How do you kill a god? Don't let him be born to begin with. The most complex being reduced down to the simplest. Proven success based on the use of this template. They shrink your thought volume into small microcosms. Destroy the God essence from within before it blossoms. Divisions of mother, father, brother, sister, and spouses. Conditioned by the false educational slaughterhouses. These are God killers.
Fulfilling the prophecy, hoping his plans work right. What will you do to defend? How do negative banner a life?
That's the question. What will you do to defend against the God killers? Get it? What will you do to defend against the God killers? You know me a little bit by now. I'm Blessed the Best, coming to you from the familiar spot, the happy spot. And I want to talk about God killers. You know what I mean? Some would ask, who would want to kill God? God is good. Who would want to kill God? You know who would want to kill God? The fucking devil. That's who would want to kill God. And the devil, in essence, is what anybody that chooses to speak truth to power and chooses to love his people and chooses to lead or to bring better conditions or to build defenses or anything like that, they will meet the God killers. They will meet the sophisticated network of infiltrators, killers, liars, sabotagers, and haters. You know what I mean? It comes with the job. It's a rough job, but it's reality. And this song that I started the broadcast out with, it speaks to that in a lot of different aspects. That's why I love K-Rino. He will never give you a song without substance. And this song is him summing up who the God killers are and what their mission is. The God killers been around for centuries. The God killers have been around for centuries. I mean, Napoleon was a fucking God killer. You know what I mean? That's where he was coming from, blowing the nose off the Sphinx and destroying. That's why they like to destroy the artifacts, anything that reminds us of past greatness. Because when a person has the knowledge of himself and his people, he starts to get a sense of destiny. He starts to care about his life in a greater sense of first his family and then his people as a whole. So that family fabric always will come under attack by the God killers because they know the family fabric is where the God essence is cultivated and brought to the front. When, just like right now, my wife is she in the house cooking up that good old mama's cooking for my sons. And you know what I mean, they grew up seeing her doing that type of things for family and with family. You know what I mean? They see me getting up every morning off my ass, going out, getting money, bringing it home, and investing it back in the family. You know what I mean? That's where your God essence started. You know what I mean? When you got that connection, you plugged in. You can cultivate the rest on your own. But I got a little off topic for a second. But back on topic. This messianic energy, right? Okay. Every now and then, somebody comes along with that strong messianic energy. And every time they come under attack, and when you look back throughout history, they always die, get assassinated before they can mature into the full God essence. Like, and it's two sides, you know what I mean? Okay. The Messiah, first off, has to be conscious. Okay? Walk with me on this one. Secondly, he must be cool. That's right, cool. He must be cool, or else his consciousness won't matter. Like cool gives him a wider receptive audience to his message. You know what I mean? It's like cool makes the other men want to be like him. And cool makes the other men want to carry themselves in a manner which he thinks is cool, that matters to them. You know what I mean? See, and on the female side, all the females could see themselves with him as a husband. So that's the most dangerous kind. I'll give you one. I mean, it might be on the low nature end, but it is what it is. Tupac had the kind of messianic energy that is dangerous to the system, right? He was a masculine dude. He was a masculine, dark-skinned dude that everybody tried to emulate. And I'm not speculating. I'm not alleging that everybody imitated him. I watched him do it, man. Man, look. When I was in prison, I know of at least 3 different dudes that laid down and got every exact Tupac tattoo. I mean, it was just that crazy. I had so many debates that almost came to blows because I was a Biggie guy. Man, it was not safe to be a Biggie guy in prison. Trust me. But anyway, guys like, okay, on the lower end, just to show you the influence and the magnetism the cool has. Okay, Tupac had the cool, but he also had the consciousness. He also had this code. Like he was like the weak police. Like the weak, the beta energy couldn't be in the same room with Tupac. And at the same time, if you try to challenge him verbally on mind sparring, his wit was quick and he was well learned because of his upbringing. So he was one. Okay. Nipsey Hussle, that's another one. He was cool, but at the same time, he was conscious. And his consciousness was different. It was like it was one of the needed building blocks to total freedom. And that was his ownership concepts and his business concepts. And he blended that into his whole brand. And he changed people's language. You know what I mean? That's another one. With conscious and cool. Now, Bob Marley was the embodiment of conscious and cool. You know what I mean? He did his own thing. He had his own style, and he made people come to him. And once he got the people to come to him, he had something to tell them. You know, it was all about freedom and revolution and Ethiopia and Haile Selassie and unite all African descendants. You know what I mean? He had it. Okay. What else did these 3 guys have in common? They all died right in their prime. A 52-year-old Tupac was too much. It was too much for their imagination. You know what I mean? That was nightmare. Oh my God. You know what I mean? So they all died crazily. You know what I mean? Mysterious circumstances. And that's what the God killers do. They recognize it early and try to cut it off at the stem. So the wisdom never gets time to really become refined and perfected. And that's the mission of the God killers. The FBI, COINTELPRO was a squad of God hunters. You know what I mean? You go through Medgar Evers, Fred Hampton. The list goes on and on and on, and all of the ones that was never public. All of the activists and the messianic types that was just in these neighborhoods. You know what I mean? Okay. Just like seemingly everything else is 2 sides to every coin. Now, the energy, the messianic energy don't know good from bad. It don't know right or wrong, because it's just energy. And sometimes that type of energy comes out, and the person that possesses it uses it for evil and leads people to doom. Man, I don't know why I don't know why I just thought young Pharaoh right there, but moving on from that. This is bigger than that. Yeah. But yeah, it's really, really dangerous when the messianic energy is in possession of an evil person, because just as much good as the high nature messianic energy is, the low nature is worse. And right now it seems like all of the youth that are in the public eye that have, you know, this kind of energy in one way or another, seem like they choosing the bad road. And somehow we got to turn that around. And the first thing you got to do is, you know, identify the problem, face it, and figure out solutions. But that was my take on messianic energy. So like and subscribe.